Fellas, Code joins me from the wilderness.
Yes, yes,
In
yes.
in in pixels, but the pixels are tolerable. It's okay. Welcome back to Ramblers Radio. This is episode 8 of the show. If you guys are enjoying, please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the episodes that you are watching. We greatly appreciate the feedback, and it just gives us motivation to move on, even though we're still moving on. Yep. So,
Yep.
as always, we start with news, but there ain't no news. We just know that Ventress has hair again. Um,
Yeah.
so,
And Disney Plus made the most atrocious color change known to man, and somebody at Disney needs to go and fix that, please.
they make it Aquaman colors. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, uh, we just have the normals. We have Bad Batch Weekly. The day after we're recording this is going to be the double episode premiere. Episodes 10 and 11 are
Yeah.
releasing tomorrow from when we're recording right now. So that'll be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Code around the horn. How we doing? How we doing?
Pretty good, man. As you guys can tell, I'm in a little bit of a different setup. This is a 1 week thing. But yeah, I'm at my mom's house I'm on spring break, so we're chilling out here. We got uh we got the Darth Maul portrait right here. He just left. But yeah, we got the pretty sick, pretty sick. We're
Yeah,
just chilling out here in the forest. You dig?
out here in the
Um,
forest, bro.
nothing too much. I don't know if Smoke saw, but we got the Darth Maul Lego portrait. Pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, yeah, we're hanging out, man. We're doing good.
yeah. Let's go ahead and just talk about a couple of just normal topics. This will be a pretty short episode, like the recent trend, I would say. But first, let's talk about the
Yeah.
Acolyte a little bit. Of course, we had the trailer not too long ago. I did end up. I recorded a reaction of us recording the trailer, but I'm not gonna upload it because like we didn't really say anything much. We just kind of watched it and that's it. So,
Yeah.
and we didn't really like talk about
That's
it
kind of
at
how we
much after.
that's kind of
So
how we react to things.
yeah. So that's why I've kind of refrained from doing reaction videos because it's kind of just us staring at screens. But uh,
Yeah.
the trailer was pretty cool. Uh, it was kind of about what I expected. It's about a new phantom enemy, uh, coming out in
The
the light of the Jedi.
Phantom
Yeah.
Menace?
Yeah, it's interesting to hear because it's of course set as a dark side user. About a century before the Phantom Menace. But what we understand from the Phantom Menace is that Darth Maul was the first Sith Lord to appear after 1,000 years. So Disney's changing the canon again, and people don't like it when Disney
Yep.
changes the canon. But Disney kind of owns Star Wars, so what are you gonna do about it, bro? But uh, even though um, I don't think it's going to be like a huge change because we're not really talking about Sith lords here. We're probably just talking about like dark side assassins. If it's Sith, it would be pretty cool, but we don't know much as of right now. And I haven't looked in a lot of much news because I've honestly not been very enthused so far because
Yeah.
yeah. As far as like, all those shows that were announced in 2020, we had, Ahsoka, we had Obi-Wan Kenobi, we had The Acolyte, we had Andor. This was one of the shows where I'm just like, okay, that's just there. It's gonna be new. It's gonna be like a whole new thing, which is cool. New characters. But yeah, that's all I really think about that. From what you remember from the Acolyte trailer, what are your impressions and thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, more of my I have more thoughts on the reaction to this trailer as opposed to how I felt about it. But the actual trailer itself, I thought it was decent. I mean, I don't have really any expectations for the show, and I think that's good. If it's a disappointment, it's fine. If it's good, it's great. Um, but I think the visuals look pretty great. I think I like a lot of the Jedi designs. Um, my only thing is though, again with that canon breaking thing, I don't think it's a big deal, and I don't think they're gonna break canon. I think most, if not all, the Jedi who see this Sith Lord or this person with the lightsaber are probably either going to be killed or decommissioned or something of that sort. I don't think they would break something that big in canon, and I think it's too early to judge that from a teaser trailer. Um, but yeah, I thought the trailer looked good. I thought, um, you know, it's just a show coming out. It's a little weird seeing this like Disney Plus era live action set like before the prequels. It's something I'm gonna have to get used to.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it.
Yeah. Very, very cool. That's our initial thoughts of the Acolyte coming out June the 5th, I believe.
Yeah,
So yeah, it'll be coming out just a couple months, right at about a month after the Bad Batch ends. So that will be pretty cool. Not gonna have a lot of time without Star Wars content coming out. So that'll be
yeah.
cool. This is a piece of news that I saw on I I don't remember who originally posted it. I saw this on Instagram, of course. This is where I usually get all my Star Wars news. Ewan McGregor wants to come back for an Obi-Wan Kenobi
Oh
season
yeah.
2. This has been known for quite a while, pretty much ever since pretty much since the season ended. Uh, yeah, and many Star Wars fans are saying that he should. Um, for I don't know how much I've mentioned it on the podcast before. I was not a fan of Obi-Wan Kenobi season 1 in general.
No.
I do think it had a lot of good moments, specifically between Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and then of course Qui-Gon coming at the very finale. Um, but
You mean
a-
yeah.
as a whole, the plot was bad. There was no. First of all, this thing didn't need to happen. This is a fan service show. It was a complete fan service show, and when it's 100% fan service, I've learned to grow that I've learned to have little faith in it, because say say the Ahsoka show, right? Uh, Rosario Dawson coming, Ahsoka coming in live action was sort of a fan service thing, but it also had a plot that we needed to know. Like it was a
Yeah.
plot that was yet to be filled for like 5 years or so, and then it ended up coming back.
And and we needed a Jedi for the plot, and it's post Return of the Jedi. There's not many of them, so it made sense.
Yeah. I've mentioned the code this many times. Obi Wan Kenobi is the most Disney princess ass show in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd have to
that's the
agree.
word I use for it. Yeah. What are your thoughts about the potential of him coming back? Because Kathleen Kennedy has said that she's made it known that they have no plans of continuing the show whatsoever. So
Yeah. Yeah, well, I of course I love to see Obi-Wan, but I think it needs to be in the right place. Because I don't want them to pull another Kenobi where it's just something useless. I think if they bring him back, they're gonna have to bring him back for something that makes sense. Um, my problem with it though is I just think the Obi-Wan's legacy is so tarnished with this show. This show is so bad. The plot is just it's so bad. Some of the characters are insufferable. The trench coat scene is just some of the worst content I've ever watched. I kid you not.
yeah,
But then there's great things in this show, um, and I think Ewan McGregor is a great actor, and I think he plays a great Obi Wan. Um, my only thing is I don't know how they'd fit it into the canon, how they'd fit another appearance of him somewhere. I'd be open to it, but honestly, who knows?
yeah, and like what else? Like a lot of fans are wanting a plot that doesn't have to do with Luke Skywalker or Leia, but at the same time, what
It's
would that
impossible
be?
for
It's just another plot that doesn't make sense. And
yeah. The
if you want,
only
yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, the only reason the Kenobi show exists is because they also had Leia. If it was just one child and he was watching over Luke, he would have never left Tatooine. The only reason it made sense, I think that was one of the good things about that show, is that they used Leia to get him off world, which is about the only thing that he would leave for. Um, and I think having him go on an adventure that's not centered around protecting the Skywalkers would be kind of silly, considering that's all he really cares about at this point.
Yeah. And if you want Ewan McGregor to come back to good content, like what is there?
Yeah,
Like there's not really much to be said, you know.
yeah.
Mhm.
And also at this point, they'd probably want to do. They can't do a lot of things later in the timeline because Ewan McGregor is not Alec Guinness, and it's just gonna look goofy if they do like a year, 2 years, something before A New Hope, and he doesn't look like Alec Guinness, especially with that Rebels portrayal. I think it's gonna be difficult. I think we were cutting the line pretty close with the Kenobi show, being halfway between 3 and 4. But I think
Yep.
any farther would be a little weird.
Yeah. Uh, that's all we pretty much had to say about that. Yeah, it's just the ongoing thing, and if Disney wanted to make money, they would make a second season of Obi-Wan, and it would do well because Ewan McGregor is playing Obi-Wan Kenobi. But
Yeah.
as far as quality and content wise, it's up to you to judge whether you thought the first season was good or bad, um, and whether or not you'd think it'd be good for a second one. Uh, it reminds me, Tamora Morrison also wanted Book of Boba Fett season two. Of course, it was like kind of leaked maybe like a year or so back, but then
Yeah.
it just ended up not coming. And
I think Yeah, I think with the negative attention that Book of Boba Fett got, also I don't think it's super plausible. I would love to see it happen. I'd love to see something more happen with that character, but I think with the Filoni movie coming out and sort of this Filoni
yeah,
verse thing happening, I don't know if they have room for another standalone type story. Speaking on actors coming back, Liam Neeson has actually said that he's too old to play Qui-Gon and he does not want to come back.
yeah,
So on the polar opposite, there's that take as well.
yeah, that's pretty much all there is. Tamora Morrison was done an injustice because apparently he was supposed to be in Mandalorian season three. Um, or maybe, or maybe they told him they would be in it, but then he was never given the call to actually come on screen. Um,
Yeah, and
and
he go ahead.
yeah, and it goes to show because Mandalorian season three was also another project that we didn't like super well. So yeah,
Yeah,
that goes to show that. Um, the next thing I wanted to talk about was kind of a branch. Uh, this Star Wars community crazy man. Um,
yeah,
and I wanted to
it's terrible.
I wanted to tell you something that I just saw. Um, I might have to cut a lot of this section out because I found it. So this is a comment under a post that Star Wars and the Bad Batch series pages made on March 22nd. I'm not going to say the name, obviously, even though they have a whopping 0 followers. W. Um, yeah, and this is a language warning here too. I will say,
Okay.
yet yet another girl boss bitching the Bad Batch around like they're not hardened veterans. Same with Fee and Sid, just random characters that somehow able to boss these soldiers despite having little power. Fennec is the only one who's able to boss them around because they needed something from her but still treats them like children, and they don't even push to get the info from her at the end, just like they accept that they'll get it in due time. Make the batch look like whole bitches. Um, I
It's
don't
so
think you,
typical. It's so typical.
I don't think you quite understand what happened in the episode, man.
Yeah, I think he needs to go back and actually like watch the episode. Maybe I don't know. Just an
So
idea.
in case you haven't watched the show or understand the historical context, clone troopers depend on the Republic to survive back then. They were so much like how military members in this country, they depend on the government to get their funds. Government funds the military, obviously. Same thing happens in Star Wars. Wow, Star Wars branching off of the real world. Who would have thought? Um,
They had never done that before.
and then if the Republic is gone and clone troopers get decommissioned, they don't get service. And so the Bad Batch got no money. And therefore, they gotta depend on. They kind of don't really have much power. Um, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Um,
Yeah,
it goes,
that's
it, it goes to show. First of all, I get the feeling that this guy, whoever made this comment, I have a feeling that they're misogynist because
oh
they just,
yeah.
yeah, because they put
Well,
girl boss and apostrophe in between apostrophes, so that might be it.
that's the
But
thing about
yeah,
this community, man. There's a lot of women haters out there. There's a lot of misogynists who don't understand the stories. They
yeah,
just see women, especially this happens in the MCU a lot too. They see a woman and then they're like, "Oh, it's Disney pushing this woke propaganda and they're trying to indoctrinate us into this woke clan." Like just like a bunch of buzzwords. They don't understand what they're saying. The same exact thing happened with the Acolyte trailer where we didn't get much actual plot info, but they saw a black woman on the screen and they freaked out. They're like, "What? Why is that? Why is that? They're pushing. It's woke. They're pushing it down our throats. It's woke." And honestly, it's just tiring. Like the people judging this stuff before it's even out or without even understanding the story, it's a headache, man. And this community is, I'll say it, our community is terrible.
I'm so glad that you brought up that woke comment because every person that like comments on like Instagram or Facebook under a Star Wars like show announcement or something, there will at least be like two people like this grown like mom or dad that says don't care, Disney's gone woke, see ya, I'm not watching.
Yeah,
That's
honestly,
that's
and yeah,
that's pretty blissfully ignorant. Whether you want to call it woke or not, it's not, they're not putting woke stuff in Star Wars. I will say.
yeah.
Um,
It's silly, honestly. It happens literally under every comment section. Honestly, it's just the environment of Instagram, which is I mean, it can be funny at times, but it is pretty terrible. Um
yep.
but I think it's just a lot of like middle-aged like rancher dudes who are, soft hands,
Yeah.
brother. And they don't like anything that isn't just white man save white woman, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got father of three in their bio. You know.
Yeah,
Yep.
father of three. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
like a Bible quote.
You don't have to agree with all the things that they put in the plot, but it's not terrible, you know? Like you gotta be accepting to a certain degree. Like as long as it don't affect you, and if it's in a movie or a TV show, it most definitely does not affect you. You should be
Exactly.
fine.
Yeah,
Uh
my thing is if you really, really dislike something that much, just don't watch it, man. Like, I don't
yeah,
know why you're putting so much energy into hating it. You don't have to watch it. Even if
yeah,
I think your claims are bogus, just don't watch it.
yeah. But yeah, of course this has been the way since Disney bought Star Wars. Um, sequel trilogy did
Since
not
The
go
Force
so well.
Awakens.
Um, so The main flaw with so many people had with the sequel trilogy is that it branched too far off of the ideas of the original trilogy. And though I do think that if it goes too far, it does get pretty bad if you branch off too far. Disney's gotta like expand like somehow. It doesn't have to be like back to the like super conservative back to the originals.
Yeah.
Um, you
Yeah,
know,
they've got to make it their own.
with new projects comes new ideas, and if you don't have new ideas, like it just gets boring. It's like
Yeah, man.
super boring
It's the
stuff.
same
Yeah,
way that the George Lucas innovated with the prequels, and us Star Wars fans, we got really mad at that. I mean, I didn't. I wasn't born, but Star Wars fans really, really hate change. But change is a necessary part of keeping a story interesting and engaging. Um, and I think again, this comes down to my favorite person in the whole world, J.J. Abrams. He comes out here and he's like, "We're gonna literally forget everything in the prequels and just copy the originals." And then Ryan Johnson's like, no, we have to expand. But he goes too far, and then J.J. Abrams takes it all the way back. It's a mess. We could go on this for hours. Take it back away.
yeah,
I don't want to. It's gonna make me
yeah.
upset.
A couple examples was that not a lot of people liked it when the Last Jedi, when all of a sudden you can track through light speed. Oh my goodness. It's been 30 years, bro. Like,
Wait,
they
are you
gotta figure
telling
out
me that
something.
Are you telling me technology advances over time and people develop new technology to compete
Yeah,
with other
bro.
people
Yeah, bro.
in a war?
You see the AI
Have
crisis
you
that's happening in the world right now? Like, come
Have
on,
you
man.
heard about the thing called the atomic bomb, brother? We anyways, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Shouts to Oppenheimer. Great film. Uh,
For real.
yeah. Like the AI crisis that's happening in the world right now didn't really exist in like 2019, 5 years ago. I mean, AI existed, but like you can't you can't make a character like Darth Vader cuss out your mom, like Anakin Skywalker. You couldn't do that
Yeah.
back then. Now you can. I could do it right now. I
You
could
could make
download an
Darth
app and do it
Vader
right now.
sing "You Are My Sunshine." It's great.
Yeah,
We live in
yeah,
a great society.
yeah. Great
Also,
song.
bring back the trend where we had the presidents playing games together. That was a great trend. We need to bring that back like immediately.
Yeah, my new favorite is when Star Wars characters play Fortnite together. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Uh,
that one's always good.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, uh, I think that's gonna be all for our main discussion this episode. I am running a bit behind because I've not been able to edit too much. I'm almost done editing the last episode. I will be able to get that done, get that uploaded tomorrow or Thursday. And then I'm drowned with college because your boy's in the trenches at all times. Well, sometimes more than
Yeah.
others, but yeah. We look forward to that. Thank you for joining us for this main segment. Let's get on to a short segment. Let's get into it. Ho 3PO, I need you to name me the top 10 characters with the most screen time in the Star Wars Skywalker saga.
The top how many? Three?
The top 10.
What you?
Top 10
Okay,
characters.
I don't know. I don't know why I thought I heard you say three. Okay, top 10. Could have sworn we've done this before, but let's do it. All right, so coming up, we got Luke Skywalker.
That is number 3.
Okay. Then we have Ray.
Number 4.
Okay. We have Obi-Wan.
Number 5.
Okay. Anakin slash Vader. I don't know if they're one person or two.
Number 1.
Okay. So we've got 1 through 5, I think, or we're missing 2. Um, give me Chewbacca.
Number 6.
Okay. Um, can I
When we
have
talk
Han
ab-
Solo?
when we talk about top 10 Star Wars characters, we got to talk about the characters that were robbed because they're not in the 9 movies. Shout out to Ahsoka. Shout outs to the others. Yes, Han is here,
Yeah.
number 2.
Okay, then Leia's probably there too.
Number 7. You're just missing 8 through 10.
Okay, just 8 through 10. Okay, I have a feeling this might be some sequel characters. Is Finn on here?
Number 8. Yeah.
Oof, good pick. Good pick. Okay. Um. Okay, now it's a little more vague. As to who it could be. I have an idea. Is Kylo here?
Not Kylo. Number 9 is exclusive to one trilogy, though. You are on the right track.
Okay. Oh, exclusive to one trilogy. Okay, that was the only sequel I could think of, so I don't know if it's gonna be sequel.
And then number 10 is nowhere near exclusive to any trilogy.
Okay. Well, number 10. Can I get R2D2?
It's not R2, but what's the other one?
Okay, 3PO.
3PO is number 10. And last
That
one.
makes sense because I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking R2 because 3PO is not in the first 2 movies very much, but R2's barely in the sequel, so that makes sense. Okay, my last character is exclusive to one trilogy.
Yep.
Most of the original
Actually, sadly dies. Sadly dies.
Okay, so I think I know who this is, but I do want to say I don't think it's originals because almost every original character appears in another trilogy. I don't think there are enough notable sequel characters. Give me Qui-Gon Jinn.
It's not Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon was only in one movie.
Hey, is it yeah, but he was like the main character. Can I get Mace Windu then?
Not Mace Windu. This is definitely a more obvious character.
A more obvious character?
You're in the right trilogy, I will say that.
It's a more obvious character. Oh, it's Padme.
Yep. That is number 9, and that is the list. You like my hint? Sadly dies because she dies of sadness. Crazy.
Yeah, dies of sadness.
That was a great topic.
I guess.
Yeah.
And that one doesn't really take to this one doesn't take setup.
Yeah. All right.
Let me get a character.
The second short we're gonna do is 20 questions. It's gonna be about characters. We gotta pick a character, and we gotta guess what character it is in 20. So, let's get it. You got one?
I do. Yeah.
All right. Does this character appear in animation?
Yes.
Does this character appear in the Clone Wars?
Yes.
Multiple seasons?
No.
Okay. Is this character a male?
Off to a good start. Yes.
Okay. Does this character appear in the movies?
No.
Oh Lord. Does this character appear in multiple shows?
No.
Oh, okay. So you picked a stinker, huh?
It's not that obscure.
Yeah.
Once you'll.
Is this character considered a hero or a villain?
A hero.
Okay. Is this character a Jedi?
No.
No. Is this character a clone trooper?
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm at like 9 right now.
Mm-hmm.
A clone trooper that doesn't appear in multiple seasons. Do we see this clone trooper die?
Yes.
I'm down to Commander Thorn, Captain Keeley, some pretty obscure ones. Um, does this clone trooper appear in season 4 or later?
No.
Oh, I have an idea. Does this character appear in season 1?
I think it's season one. Hold on. Let me check. Let me check. Hold on, I'm pulling up right now.
Is this character playable in Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars?
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. We gotta go to episode one, chat. Season one. I mean. Um. Um. I'm pretty sure. Wait. I'm embarrassed. I don't know what episodes this character's in.
Oh Lord, then it is an obscure character.
It's not that obscure. I just, you know how I am.
Could be the type of character. Could be the type of guy to pick a character that he doesn't know the name of.
Oh, okay. Well, what was your question?
Does the character appear in
What was?
season 1?
Okay, no.
Okay. Okay. So it's not heavy. It's not cut up. Does this character serve under a Jedi? Do we see him serve under a Jedi?
No.
Season 2 or 3. I think I'm on like 12. I'm on 12.
Yeah.
Does this okay, I'll just narrow it down. Does this character appear in season 2 of the Clone Wars?
No.
So season 3 is all that's left. So he doesn't serve under a Jedi, so it's not Captain Keeley. Like the really obscure ones. We're into obscure territory right here.
There's a question you could ask that would give you this character pretty easily.
Um oh. Ah. Is this clone disabled?
Yes, he has cerebral palsy.
Is this character
I don't know what he has.
99?
There you go, 99.
Okay, nice.
Bro really thought I chose like a super obscure unknown clone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I thought he was in season like 1 or 2, but I forgot the Camino stuff is in season 3. It feels like
Yeah.
early Clone Wars, but it's kind of not.
Yeah. Because Heavy's in season 3, episode 1, and then all of a
See,
sudden the next episode he's dead.
yeah. I hate how they didn't do things in chronological order. Like what?
Yeah, like there's one episode where there's like the cat and mouse episode of the Admiral Trench. Like that's before the
Mhm.
Christophsis
It's
in
literally
the movie.
that's the first episode in the whole series. Like
Yeah.
season 3, episode 16. Like what the heck? All right, you got
Yeah.
your character.
Um, I do have mine. Let's get it.
All right. Does your character appear in a movie?
Nope.
Yeah. Does your character appear in Clone Wars?
Yes.
Yeah. Is your character exclusive to Clone Wars?
No.
Yeah. Um, is this character like like you said, a hero or a villain?
A hero.
Okay. Is this character a Jedi?
No.
Okay. Is this character a clone?
Yes.
Okay. This character is not exclusive to the Clone Wars, so that helps me out. And they don't appear in the movie, so it's not going to be something like Cody. Um,
Commander Appo.
um, yeah. Um, is this character? Um, this can't be too difficult now. Is this character? Wait, I'm trying to count the ones that show up in other shows. Um, it's a good question. Now, does this character appear in Rebels?
No.
Okay, so they're not exclusive to Clone Wars, but they're not in a movie. It's a clone. Um, so they probably show up in. Somebody show up in. Can't be Ahsoka. Can't be Mando. Um,
Yeah, I said it's a clone trooper.
you did, but you said it's also not exclusive to the Clone Wars, so
Oh yeah.
it appears in other stuff. Um,
You're not thinking of like the most obvious show.
oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this is. I'm tripping. Yeah. Does this character appear? I'm not even gonna ask that question because I know it has to. I'm not gonna ask that question. Is this character a part of Clone Force 99?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. What question am I on? I don't even know. We're gonna get this.
Like
Um,
9 or 10.
does this character um does this character that's a silly question. That's a silly question. Um does this character have face tattoos?
No. That's a good.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
so it's not Hunter or Crosshair. It's between Omega Tech, Wrecker, and I don't think I'm in or Echo. Um, well, it's not Omega because she doesn't appear in Clone Wars. So, um, we have three options here. Um, was this character? Mm, trying to get it in as least not as many questions as possible. Um, does this character? Is this No, I just is it Echo? Is it Echo?
No.
Okay, so is it Crosshair?
No, I just said he doesn't have face tattoo. You just said it's not
Oh
Crosshair.
yeah. Wait, why did I say that? I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that. Anyways, is it Tech?
No.
Okay, then it's Wrecker.
No, it's Omega. No, I'm kidding. It's Wrecker.
Okay, nice. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to say Crosshair. I zoned out. Anyways,
Bro was cooked.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cooked.
Anyways, that's going to be it for episode 8 of Ramblers Radio, joining from the outdoors and the sultry room that is
The
mine.
indoors.
Uh,
Yep.
yes. Thank you all so much for watching one more time. If you enjoy the episode, if you enjoy the content, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. With that being
Yep.
said, we will see you all next week. Bye bye.